Value Time Sports is brought to you by Terrible General Health System's Community Sports Institute in conjunction with Barker Honda.
Mike Detillier for HTV. We had the pro football camp. It's just wrapping up, and I'm with Jarvis Green from Donaldsonville, Louisiana, and man, he got a chance to play in the National Football League, 2 Super Bowl rings, and now, but you know, you still stayed close to home because you're in the seafood business, right?
Yeah, I am, Coach, and been doing that since 2012 and started Oceans 97, 2015. And we always hear talking about that, you know, and that's what I'm doing now, and just to come out here to this camp and hang out with the kids. And, you know, it's crazy because all of us from down on the river, we all call ourselves river rats, you know, and just so much rich history and tradition, just football down in the bayou.
You think about it, when this camp first got started and Albert started it, and now David's taken over the pro football camp, that, you know, we had maybe like 150 kids, yeah. And now 450. Just remarkable how it's grown.
It is, especially after COVID, you know, and I remember last year, I think we had, did it rain out last year or not? It did, huh? I'm not sure. But
no, the year before it did.
It rained out, but I think 450 kids, so that's just the precedence, man. And every year this thing is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I know Dave, you know, that's Albert's brother, he always talk about, if you know any school in the area, anywhere, even 40, 50 minutes out, he said, let us know. We'll get a bus to come and get the kids. This is a hell of a camp, and it's been growing to that.
You know, we've talked about this, having Pete Jenkins. He has his Louisiana line camp here. The Mannings started Manning camp. They have it here. And, you know, Albert, now Dave has the pro football camp. 2,000 young men. Yeah. Now, okay, we grew up, I'm older than you, but we grew up in a different era where they didn't have all these camps for young men. And you got to want to be here because this time of the year, Monday through Thursday, you practicing at your own high school. And now on your day off, you here working.
Right. You know, we was talking about that earlier, Coach, about this camp. And then, I mean, it's some of the best camps. Number one, I mean, Coach Pete Jenkins, the best defensive, offensive line camp in the country. The man has put their quarterback camp on, best camp in the country. And then we got a free camp here for kids, but it's growing every single year. I think I've been to one camp when I was coming up through high school. That was the LSU camp. But they have so much opportunity for the kids to come out to get better and to better their skills on the field. I
got interviewed the other day, and they said, you went to a camp when you was a kid? I said, yeah, I went to 2 Pete Maravich camps.
Wow.
Yeah, I saw Pete coming in, and I saw him leaving.
That was it, huh?
But in between, I never saw. His dad, Press Maravich, he ran everything. But we didn't see Pete at all. And that's the thing about hands-on camp. If it's Pete Jenkins in the line camp, if it's the Mannings, hands-on, same thing here with guys like you that were able to give some expertise. Your thoughts now on how the college game has changed, transfer portal, name, image, likeness. Only thing I can say is, when you'd have come out of Donaldsonville,
I would have been loaded, man.
Now, I don't know how well you'd have handled that money, but man.
I would have been a drop top, you know, car. I mean, I would have had all of it, man. So a lot has changed. I remember coming out of Donaldsonville, and I was like talking to Coach Nader. I said, hey, I want a summer job. And they put me in a Shaw group, and we worked. You know, it was a bunch of us over there. I was Michael Clayton, Marcus Spears, Marquise Hill, Booger McFarland, myself, Howard Green, and my brother Jason Green. We all worked at Shaw group. Now, I mean, guys don't really have to work. Well, we got the name, and what is it called again? The
name, image, likeness.
Name, image, likeness. I mean, it's a different world.
Yep.
And these kids have an opportunity. And so much went on before then, you know, and nobody really said anything. You knew what was going on, but now this is all public information. And now kids have an opportunity to make a lot of money. You know what? We kids, though, we don't know how to manage a budget that. So I know they got so many different tools.
We gotta be teaching our kids and grandkids how to balance a checkbook.
Now,
understanding about that you have to pay taxes
sooner, right?
Because
before
Uncle Sam, he want to come for that every year.
Right. Because before you made so much money, but you could file exempt.
Right.
And you barely paid taxes because we weren't the driving force. But now you got kids making $50,000, $100,000. Some kids making, hopefully have the potential to make $1 million in college. So you're right, though. And you know what's going to come with that? The crooks are going to come.
Everybody's going to be in your pockets.
That's right, everything. So I think it's more it's more things, for paying attention to detail. It's more substance now for the kids, with social media, with the telephone, with TV, the music, and now I can't even say it.
Name, image, likeness.
Name, image, likeness.
And to be
NIL.
able to transfer, and
I don't like that. I don't like the transfer portal. I don't.
I like it that if you may be caught in a spot where you're not going to see a lot of playing time,
I understand.
you can go. But my thing is, if they bump you from first string to second string because of a bad practice,
You get upset.
you get upset, and I'm leaving.
That's the only bad thing. It doesn't teach us any morals for us winning the race. We're going to have chances in life that we will not complete what we want or get to those goals because you're going to have somebody that's going to be better than you. That's sports. That's the real world. So what happens when them kids get out and something happens at the job and somebody say something? They can't transfer now, buddy. You got to stick it out. That's what we did back in the day. But again, it helped kids that want to play, they know they belong on the field, and give them another opportunity.
My old friend who I work with at WWL, he got one of the best lines about pro athletes. He said, Mike, let me tell you about what the real world is. The real world sucks compared to professional sports. He said, man, you find out your pay scale goes down real quick.
I mean, we are in the bubble as athletes, college athletes. We are in the bubble. I don't care what college you play at. I don't care where you rank from first string down to fourth string. I mean, we are in the bubble. We are protected. We have a bib in our mouth. And then when the real world comes, hit you like a ton of bricks.
Jarvis, thanks so much for joining us this afternoon. We really appreciate it. And thank you for giving back to the community.
Yes, sir.
Because you could be somewhere else right now. You could be on vacation. You could be working,
Right.
but you're here.
Heard about that, Coach. Thank you. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Jarvis Green.